So I'm having a few roadblocks right now with some of my other cars. I've been I don't know whether that's fireworks or gunshots, but I don't know whether you heard that. I'm in a neighborhood where this part of Texas, where people, are out in the country enough to where they shoot on their own property, so you might sometimes hear gunshots. In any case, I'm hitting a roadblock with all these cars. The scanner that I bought for the Bentleys doesn't work, doesn't turn off those alarms. I can't seem to get the keys aligned no matter what I do. So I may end up having to basically take the keys and get them, the key fobs and the computer, and send it out and get it programmed. I don't see how else I can do it. I don't see how else I can figure that out. Obviously, you'll see in another video that the Jag radiator isn't going to work, so that's a wash. And I want to start doing some projects that I know that I can kind of make quick progress on, because I'm just getting tired of this, just pushing a rock up a hill, which is what I feel like I'm doing with the Rolls-Royce products and the Jaguars as well. So this is what I have. Let me show you. Let me turn the camera around to show you. This is what I'm thinking about starting on. This is my 1973 Jensen Interceptor. So it's kind of packed in here amongst these other cars, so really can't really show you too much of the car. But if you don't know much about Jensens, they're a British car brand that uses an American engine. They use the Chrysler 440 engine, which is a 7.2 litre V8. The body is designed by an Italian company, I think Turin is the name. I'm not sure actually, but anyway, I bought this car maybe about 10 years ago, and when I bought this car, I got it in Oklahoma. It came from an estate sale. The guy who owned it for a very long time and passed away. I think it was about 10 years ago or so, but as you can see, I've done nothing really with it. Just sitting here. As soon as I got the car, I put it in storage, and then I moved into this building, and then I stuck it in storage over here, and you can see we've got all this crappy insulation that just keeps falling all over it. So it's kind of the situation. The heads were off the car when I got it, so you can see here. Let me see if I can get my cell phone and turn my flashlight on. So you can see the heads are off. It's a Chrysler 440, but everything it appears to be in the trunk of the car. It's got the big radiator with these crappy looking fans on it, which these cars are notorious for overheating, and if you look at this franchise assembly, you can kind of understand why. So when I do get the car running, I'll make sure that that's addressed. It's got these really weird refrigeration settings where you can adjust the low side and the high side pressures, I guess, for the AC system. I'm not sure what that's going to be about. This looks like a Jaguar brake reservoir, so it may have robbed the parts bin. But I'm thinking now, I'm getting real tired of dicking around with these Rolls-Royce and Bentley cars, because it's just, nothing makes sense. Like, whatever you read on those cars doesn't line up with the reality of when you have to work with them. Like the alarm system, I mean, it says, the manual says one thing, and then you try it and it doesn't work, and it's like there's something that was missed out of the documentation. Obviously this is a Jensen, which I don't expect to be that much better, but the Chrysler engine, is a piece of cake. I can take this engine out, run it to a machine shop, they can clean it up. We can get rebuild kits for $600 or $700, pistons and everything, and just basically get the car running, and it's going to run. It's going to run with a good engine. It's going to run with a torque flight transmission. So I'm thinking, as soon as it hits September, I want to get this car ready so that we start building it and getting it back on the road, because I'm tired of looking at it and I'm tired of messing around with those stupid other British cars. Anyway, so that's where I am. The interior is pretty shot on this thing as well. You know, the only thing really it's got going for it is the fact that the mechanicals are dead simple. You can see here, let me see if I can turn the flashlight back on. You can see the little hole in the floor. That's about the extent of it, and it's a flat piece of metal, so you know, I should be able to cut this out and just weld in a section pretty easily, and you know, grind it down, and you'll never know it was ever touched. The seats are shot and everything else like that, but I got a half decent upholstery guy that can, you know, help me. And then everything else is in the. Let me see if I can get this open. Everything else is in the tailgate. I'm always terrified when I disturb these cars because I don't know what's going to run out of there when I open up the car. You can see you've got the cam covers, which are actually pretty nice, decent quality cam covers, not like the Chevy ones. You've got fire extinguisher, all the parts are here by the looks of it, alternator, exhaust manifolds, head bolts, distributor cap. You know, everything's in here to rebuild this engine. So it's just a matter of taking everything and going through it and cleaning it up and being done with it. So that's really where I am. So hopefully you'll see this car pretty soon. You know, back on the road, and you know, maybe you'll see a Rolls Royce on fire or something like that, because I'm getting to that point right now. Anyway, that's it from me. Take care.